Hello, welcome to Home for Every Season. My name is Maureen. I am the owner and the designer here at this page. Right now, I am with Adventures in Crafting, and today we're doing a Crafter's Choice event. Right before me was Michelle with Miscellaneous Crafters, and following me will be Lauren with Our Unique Touch. I, once again, was not able to get my description in. I'm so sorry. But anyway, come on in, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm excited to do this craft with you. I'm really flustered right now because I was trying to get my information in there and it wouldn't go again. Oh my gosh. Anyway, come on in, guys. How are you all doing? Hi, Robin and Margaret. Thank you so much for joining me. I am really flustered, you guys, when I'm trying to put in the event thing into my phone. It was giving me a completely different link, and then I think I'm copying and pasting wrong. Hi, Anne. How are you? Come on in. I need to practice this stuff a little sooner. Hi, Shannon. Oh my gosh, Shannon. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I couldn't get my information in again. Hi, Sandy. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad you're all here. I do have a fun craft plan for tonight. Hi, Ramona. Thank you for coming. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Sandy. All right, guys. So what I want to do tonight for my craft is I'm going to try to make a mushroom. It's going to be a mushroom on a base, and then I'm going to have a little bunny laying up underneath the mushroom. So hopefully it'll work. Hello, Heidi. Hi, Sharon. Oh, Shannon, I was all flustered. I yelled at my whole family and everything. My poor husband, he goes, do you want me to bring you some T-pens for this, for my project? And I yelled, you don't even know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the information in, and I fight with the phone anyway, you guys. I am very, I have a hard time with the cell phone. I haven't had a cell phone for that long, actually. Not as long as most people. And I'm sure my 3-year-old grandson can work the phone better than I can. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Okay, guys. So the first thing, look at this beautiful, I bought this a while back, you guys, at Pier 1 Import. Let me scoot you guys back just a little tiny bit. Hold on. There. Okay. I think that'll work a little bit better, you guys. So this is a table runner that I got 90% off a couple years ago at Hobby Lobby. And it's like a green moss. Can you see that, guys? It's just a big roll of a table runner. A lot. And so I bought this to craft with. Hi, Bev. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. So what I want to do is cut this and put it, we're going to hot glue it to this egg shape, and then from there we'll start with our clay. But first we need to do this part. Hi, Petra, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Thank you, you guys. Sorry I came in like I don't know what, a Banshee on Hot Wheels or something. Oh my gosh, and this thing just shed all over my tabletop. Ah, yikes. I didn't know this would shed like this. This isn't a good thing, you guys. Oh my gosh. Little green, I look like I just shaved a leprechaun here or something. It's green whiskers everywhere. Oh my God. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hi, Vicky. Hi, Heidi. Oh, you guys. If it's not one thing, it's the next. Crimson just left with his mom. And, you know, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Did you turn your game completely off? Vern? You don't have to turn it completely off. Oh, okay. Thank you. He just turned it way down. We just don't want to get in trouble with Facebook, you guys. We're always concerned about Facebook, it seems. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Oh, I'm sorry. It is hard. I fight with my phone all the time. Like the day I went out to try and show everybody the Blue Angel that was flying over our Air Force jets. And my phone was flipped around, and then I didn't know how to flip it, and that's me, you guys. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to the phone. Okay, I'm going to cut this material, and it is going to make one heck of a mess. How many of you have ever bought something like this moss, faux moss, and used it for your crafting? Hi, Kay, how are you? Hi, Mel, how are you? Okay, guys. Oh, if you could see, it looks like a leprechaun. Got his whiskers trimmed on my table. That's funny. Okay, so now hopefully this little puppy heats up real good, real fast. It heats up. I just don't like to keep it on because it leaks. How many of you have a leaky glue gun? I sure do. It is messy, Petra, but you know what? Look how pretty it is. I mean, it really is pretty. It is pretty. I'm glad that I noticed how messy it is, though, before I, tried to... I have 2 of them. I kept one as a table runner and then one for crafting, and I don't know that I would ever decorate with it. I mean, I'll decorate with it, but not as a table runner. It's really messy. It really sheds. Michelle, what I'm making is I'm going to cover this egg shape, this styrofoam egg shape. This came from Descraft Boutique. This piece of faux moss, it's a material. It was a table runner that I bought at Hobby Lobby when it was 90% off, you guys. I got a heck of a deal on that table runner. I think I paid like $3 for the whole thing. If that, I can't remember. Hi, Lauren, how are you? And then after I get that covered, I will be making a mushroom. I'll be using clay and styrofoam, and I'm going to make a mushroom and put a little bunny laying up underneath of it. So it'll be a fun craft. We just got to get started. And I need to not worry and have a panic attack when I can't get my information in on there. I think I'm going to get fired from AIC or something. I get nervous. Thank you, Lauren. I think it'll be cute. Hopefully it works, you guys. Hopefully it works. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so let's hopefully, I don't want this to be too hot because it'll melt my styrofoam. Yet at the same time, I need it to be hot enough to make sure that that will stick to this very, very well. So here we go, guys. Vernon, do you know where those pens are at down there?
Yeah.
You do? You know right where they're at?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Will you bring them to me?
Yeah.
Just in case I need them. I don't think I will, but that was a good idea on your part. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to lay this down here and just hold it there for just a second. Well, you never know, Sandy. Trust the process. Yes, Michelle, trust the process. Tomorrow, you guys, I'm having my first live sale. So I'm a little on edge today about stuff. For $3, not bad, even if it's messy. Exactly, Petra. I'll put up with the leprechaun whiskers all over my table for that price. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you bought new ones.
Yeah.
Are these yours? I have a baggie of them somewhere. Thank you. Welcome. He brought me T-pins, you guys. These are little T-pins. Thank you.
Welcome.
Who's winning the game?
Seahawks. 3 field goals.
Oh, wow. The Seattle Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl, you guys. Is anybody watching it? Hi, Cruz. How are you? Thank you, sweetheart.
Welcome.
I'll just keep them here. I'll give them back to you when I'm done.
I'll just make sure you're all right.
I'm all right. He brought me these little T-pins. These are really good for holding this material on here. That was very smart of my husband. So now it's stuck to the top here. It did work. There goes that leaky glue gun. So now I'm going to put some glue around the edge here. Another thing I like about this styrofoam that we get from Marissa is that it doesn't melt when you Like some stuff, you just barely touch it with glue and it will melt it. Hi, Dee. How are you? You are watching it, Kay? Who are you rooting for? Thanks, Margaret. You can tell I haven't had a boss, you guys, a real boss for, oh my gosh, practically my whole adult life. I've been a stay-at-home mom. Okay, now I'm going to take these little T-pins and I am going to stick them in here. And I just think that they will, hopefully, they'll hold this on here even better than the glue. We just want to make sure it doesn't come off on us. So I'm just going to put some little T-pins in all around this. That was a great idea on my husband's part, I think. You're rooting for Seattle. So am I, Kay. Only I don't know anything about football. I don't watch football. I don't care about football, but I was born in Seattle. And so my husband is rooting for the Patriots, and I'm saying I'm for Seattle just so that, we have the game to play. But that's about it. Be careful when you put these T-pins in here, you guys. You have to get them in straight or you will poke yourself like I just did. And I don't know if I have to do anything else with them or not. I don't think I've ever really used T-pins either. Hi, Janet. How are you? Hi, Teresa. Thank you so much for joining me. So are you guys having your football foods? I told my husband as soon as I'm done with my live tonight, we'll order pizza. So that's what we'll be doing. I suppose we won't get it till midnight with all the people that are ordering it. You know how that goes. On Super Bowl Sunday, those pizza places get pretty busy. I think this is the last one we got to do, guys. And if you try to put the T-pin in where there's glue, it won't go in for you. Not real easily, anyway. There we go. All right. So there is, look how nice that's going to look. Now we just got to cover or cut this extra off. I don't want all this extra stuff on here, but I think, let me see. It's going to be cute when I get it all done. And then after I get it completely finished and stuff, I think I'll add some foam sheet or something, or maybe more of this underneath it, okay? But tonight, I'm not going to worry about covering the bottom of this. I just want to get this on here and start with my clay. And it can lay around on the edge a little bit. Perfect. Okay, it worked, guys. I'm happy with it. You're not watching football? Hi, Jamie. How are you? I'm not either. I'm crafting. I've been watching the crafters today. I've been trying to, watch everybody. That doesn't happen very often. All right, guys. Now we're going to cover our little... Oh, my gosh. These pins are everywhere. How many of you are watching the Olympics? I heard there was a bad accident today with a U.S. skier, I think it was. Lindsay, yeah. They were talking about it today. Yeah, that's sad. Hi, Michelle. Thank you. Hi, Sandy. Thank you for joining me. All right, guys, we've got the messy, icky part over with. Let's undo our gun. We won't need that anymore because we're working with clay. I don't think, well, actually, before I turn this off, we do have to glue one little bit together right here. Okay. Believe it or not, this is going to be our bunny's head. So I have these little half circle styrofoams. You can get these anywhere. I don't know where I got them, but I glued 2 of these together and it makes the perfect size for what I need for my project, for the bunny's head. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Karen. How are you? You don't watch TV? We mostly watch MeTV. The old shows from when all of us were really young. My son doesn't like a lot of stuff, and he really enjoys the older shows. Black and whites don't bother him, and so that's what we watch, and we enjoy it. We're used to it now, you know. All right, guys, look at how nice this looks. So this is the base. This is what I'm going to put all of my project for tonight on. It's just going to be like a little mound of grass. I think it's great. I'm so glad I did it now that I'm done with it. All right, so there is that. And it's quite messy, you guys. So now we're going to take this piece. Remember I cut this off of the doll that I made? And I said I'm going to save it. So now tonight, that piece I cut off will become the top of our mushroom. Hi, Christine. How are you? I'll have to go back and see the end of your thing. Oh, you did? Uh-oh. On your live? Were you live when you did that? Well, are you saying I'm not the only one that does stuff on here? I do crazy stuff on here. Really crazy stuff. You love the Mets, Kay? I think that's baseball, isn't it? You love MeTV? Oh, MeTV. I think that's what she's saying. Or Mets TV. I don't know. I think you're saying MeTV. Yeah, we love it too. We really do. It is good TV watching for sure. Very innocent, very mild. All right. We're going to take a styrofoam cone and we're just going to kind of nip the end off of it right here. Nothing real serious. Just take it and break it off just like that. Just break the tip off of it. And then we're going to cover this part with white. And we're going to cover the other part with white also. Thank you, Jenna. Hi, Jenna. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. So let's get out our white clay. Hopefully I don't have any more leprechaun whiskers on the table. Otherwise my mushroom will look like it's growing mold. Turning Point USA, All-American Halftime Show. That's what you're watching? Well, thank you, you guys. Okay, so let's get this rolled out and we'll do our mushroom. The first thing I want to do is cover up my stem. I'm actually going to do a couple of smaller mushrooms here too. Hopefully I didn't take up too much time with that green. I don't think I did. I think we'll be just fine. Okay, this styrofoam is this stuff makes you itch, you guys. My legs are itching where it fell down on my pants. So if you do use this stuff, you might want to wear an apron or something, maybe, just so it's not making you itch. This is that smooth styrofoam. I got these from Hobby Lobby when they were on sale for 50% off in the Christmas section. And a bunch of us crafters, we went and we stocked up on these cones and on the little white styrofoam balls. All right, so we're going to put this here. Got more scissors than I know what to do with, you guys. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so now we're just covering this styrofoam cone with our white clay. And it's a mushroom stem. So mushroom stems have, I believe they have lines. I think that's how I've done them. Yeah, they have lines in them. So I will take this and give it some texture. Finally, I remembered that word, you guys. Yay! Hello, Janet. Oh, you're saying hi to Christine. You guys. Oh my gosh. All right, so there is our mushroom stem. Doesn't look like a mushroom, does it? So now we're going to take this cutter and we're going to put lines in it. Kind of similar to what we did with the paper book that I made. Do you remember that? And I'm just going to go around and just put a bunch of little lines in it and just give it some texture. Is this what all mushrooms look like? Probably not. This is just how I'm doing mine. That's the fun thing about whimsy, you guys. It doesn't have to be the exact way that it is in real life. It's whimsical. All right. So there is our mushroom stem. It looks pretty good. All right. We'll set that down right there. And now we're going to take our white clay and probably add a little more to it. And we're going to cover the top of the mushroom. I have had a great Sunday. I have. I've got to watch a lot of the creators today. I hung out with Lydia for a little bit at her live sale and played with the baby. My husband is off work today. So yeah, we've had a good day. How's your day been, Teresa? And everyone, I hope you all are having a good day. All right, guys, to cover the top of this, we're going to roll this into kind of like a circle. All right, so there's the white for the top of the mushroom. And this does have some loose styrofoam on it, so kind of brush it off a little bit. If you've cut your styrofoam, you want to make sure you don't have loose pieces on there. You just don't want it coming off in your clay and causing issues. It's not a real big deal. And then we're going to put some tacky glue on this because it's kind of smooth. Not real smooth, but it is kind of. Hi, Judy. How are you? Are your Whatnot sales going good? I've heard a lot of good things about Whatnot. Maybe someday I'll do Whatnot, but you know, for right now, I better just stick with what the heck I've got going. All right, guys, I'm not going to cover this part with glue because the clay will stay. Once I get it brought around to the bottom where that glue is, I probably didn't need to cover any of it with glue, actually. I do need to roll it out just a little bit more, though. Okay, so now we're just going to put this down like this, and then I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to start moving this clay underneath where the glue part is. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Hi, Pam. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. It's so good to see you on here. We're making a mushroom and a bunny. So you're going to see both. You're going to see a mushroom and you're going to see a bunny. And if you've ever had mushrooms, they're not, I mean, some of them are real smooth, but You ever notice when you buy a mushroom, you guys, they have little dents in them, and they have little grooves and dents, and they're not perfect. They are smooth, but they have bumps and stuff, and the clay will fluff out, so I'm not going to worry about it. It doesn't need to be perfectly smooth. And underneath here, I have it like that where I brought up that extra clay. I'm going to leave that extra clay underneath there, you guys, because I want to take my cutter and I want to make it look like a mushroom where I come up and bring those lines up, kind of like what I just did on this stem. And it's going to be kind of a flat mushroom, and the only reason is because of the way my styrofoam was cut. If it had a deeper bowl like thing to it, then it would have been more rounded, but it doesn't need to be, because some mushrooms are flat. Okay. All right, so there is the underneath of the mushroom, and it looks crazy. It does. But there's the underneath of it. So now we're going to take a toothpick, and we're going to hook these two together. I'm doing... Oh, who are you talking to, Judy? Hello, everyone. Oh, you've been busy with your whatnot sales. Do you like doing whatnot sales, Judy? Is it going good? Dawn, I'm doing good. I was really flustered when I first got in here because I don't know how to use my cell phone very good. I mean, I'm learning, but if I get caught up in one thing, then I don't know how to get out of it, and I don't know how to change it, and I'm sure it's something extremely simple, and I just psych myself out, you guys. I'm sure it's not I'm sure everyone would say, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this woman? Like, seriously, what is her problem? Because it's probably not a big deal at all. All right, so we're putting the mushroom together now. And because we're going to have a little bunny laying underneath him, that's the design, I kind of want it to tip down like this. Isn't that cute? Look at how nice our mushroom looks, you guys. Not bad, huh? Okay, so there's our little mushroom. That turned out really good. I love it. Very happy with it. It even made, look right here. Do you see that kind of thickness right there? That's what real mushrooms do. At the stem, you know how it has that part thicker up there at the top? I didn't mean to do that. And then I mix my lids up, you guys. Okay. Now we're going to take this, all right, and we're going to bring it over, and we're going to stick this mushroom down on here. And how I want this to be is I want the larger oval part of that egg underneath there. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Thanks, Melanie and Pam and whoever else was there. It's gone now. Thank you, Judy and Bev and Teresa. Thank you, everybody. All right, guys, now we're going to stick this on here. So to do that, we're going to use... a little bit thicker than a toothpick, because we want this to be nice and sturdy. We don't want something too big though, because remember, this is just a little tiny egg base underneath there. We could have doubled that up, but I don't want to use my eggs if I don't have to. Thanks, Margaret. Thank you, Teresa. Okay, so I'm going to use this, it's a shish kebab stick, thicker than a toothpick though. And I'm going to cut it off. Well, first, I'm not going to cut it off until I get it in here how I want it. So I'm going to put some of this liquid fusion on it. Actually, let me get my super glue, because I want this to stick really good inside this moss. So we'll wiggle this down in here. All right, now we got to feel. And on this thing, I didn't plan this, you guys. This is how God works for me. So on this part right here, do you see this right here? This is a thinner part on that material that's the perfect spot for this to go in there. It doesn't have the green part on it. So it's thinner. It's going to work perfect. It's perfect. I'm excited. Okay, so we'll put that down in there. Hopefully this will go through that material. Maybe not. Yeah, I believe it's going through. It's kind of fighting with me, guys. All right, hold on. I need to make a pilot hole. How many of you guys know about the pilot holes that we talk about when we do this? Hi, Pam. How are you? It's so good to see you on here, friend. Okay, so there's a pilot hole. There we go. All right, now it'll stick in there, you guys. There. All right, that worked out good. And remember, this is just to hold our mushroom on. This isn't even, this is just to give our mushroom something to have a little insurance there, all right? So now that's on there. So now I need to cut this stick. It is at a slant. It's really cute. Oh, I know to cut this at a slant, Judy. Thank you. Yeah. Hi, Ramona. Use an ice picker or sharp metal. It went through. Yeah, it was just that it's that certain styrofoam, you guys. I don't know what it is about that styrofoam. It just, I was telling you guys, it seems to resist. Sometimes, I don't know. It just depends on the styrofoam. Sometimes it's resistant to being pushed through. Okay, now I'm going to take my Liquid Fusion and put this on the stick on the outside and on the bottom here, because I really need this to stick really good on this material. I put quite a bit of glue, all right? And now we're going to take this little mushroom. Oh, so cute. And we're just going to slide this down on here. And of course, it's the styrofoam again. Hold on, guys. Darn it. Don't you love fighting with yourself? Okay. There we go. All right. Make sure it's tilted the way we wanted it. All right, so now we have our mushroom sitting in the middle of the green grass. Okay, so there's our little mushroom. All right, now we're going to make a bunny. And the bunny is going to lay up underneath there. Hopefully I can do a bunny in 20 minutes, you guys. Took longer than I thought it would to do that little part, but that's all right. Okay, push all this aside and let's make a cute little bunny. All right, to do the bunny, I'm going to mix a little bit of black and a little bit of white. I'm going to make a gray bunny. I don't want him white, and I don't want him all black either. So we'll just kind of mix these two a little bit, and we'll make a gray bunny. And he'll work out great. I have gray clay, too, that I could use. I just remember that. Hi, Rose. How are you? Thanks, Robin. Thank you, Pam. That's no problem, Pam. She comes before this, that's for sure. Don't worry about that. Hi, Judy. How are you? All right, so now, set that there in case I need it. We're going to blend this black and this white and get a nice gray bunny. He might as well have been a black bunny, you guys, because I made it pretty dark. It's a dark gray. Okay. So there's the color of our bunny. Okay. We have bunnies in our neighborhood, you guys, and there's one. I haven't seen it for a while. I don't know if it's still around right now. Hi, Donna. How are you? Anyway, this little bunny, he looks like he has a sweater on. He's black, I think, or he's white. I can't even remember. It's been so long since I saw him. But he looked like he had a collar on him. He was cute. Can't remember what he looked like now, though. All right, guys, we're using a little tiny styrofoam egg. And I'm not going to worry about putting glue on it because the clay is going to go all the way around. So it'll do good all on its own. Okay, so there's our little bunny's body. And then we're going to take those two that we glued together, the little white round ones, and we're going to cover one of them. Okay, now I've got to form his little face. Let me see what I'm doing here, guys. I kind of got to look at him for a minute. Okay, there's the front of his face. So I'm going to take two little tiny round balls and put them on the front for his little cheeks. Then I moved where I had his little face at, darn it. Okay, right here. Okay, then we need a little tiny pink for his nose. Thank you, Tammy. How are you? Okay, so now we're just going to get a little tiny nose and put it on there. Keep giving them too big a noses, you guys. Okay, so there's his little face with his little nose. One side of the little ball, the little round things, is just a little bit bigger, but it'll be all right. Maybe he got stung by a bee on that side of his face, you guys. You never know. Okay, so now we got to put this little bee together with his little head right here. Okay. It's actually going to be like this. All right. Let me get a toothpick. I wish I wasn't rushing so fast, you guys.
You don't have to rush things, Mom.
It's all right, buddy. Thank you, Judy. Thanks so much, you guys. Okay. Okay, this is what he's looking like so far. He is going to be leaning up against the mushroom like he's sleeping, all right? He's actually sleeping. So now, I'm going to put that there. And his little eyes, I don't know yet how I'm going to do his little eyes. Let's do his ears, though. I'm going to have to make more clay, you guys. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. Okay, I'm going to cut this in half. He's going to have little ears. He's not going to have big, long ears like I do some of my bunnies. Only because you're not really going to see his ears. I mean, you're going to see his ears, but not like some of the bunnies I do. He'll still have long ears, though. Okay, so there's one little ear. And 2 ears. And his little ears are different sizes, too. Darn it. Let me take some of this off. That one was too big, guys. Hi, Becky. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry, I'm over here working and not visiting you guys. But I can't visit and craft at the same time sometimes. All right, so here's my 2 little ears. They go like this. And now I need to get some pink for inside of his little ears. And we're doing good. We're doing good on time. Thank you, Tammy. I hit 900 followers today, you guys. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Something happens with Facebook when you hit 1,000 followers. I'm not sure. I really don't know what it is, but I'm excited to see what it is. I'm sure there's people on here that hit 1,000 a long time ago, and they can tell me what it means. I don't know. I really don't know that much about the numbers of it. All right, so I'm going to put this pink inside his little ear. Okay, so now we got 2 little ears, and we're going to hook them onto him. It's really cute. Okay, so there's his little ears laying like he's, he's laying here sleeping, you guys. All right. Okay, so there's that. Now I think I need to get my 2 little legs done. Actually, let's put him on here before I try to do his legs. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Tammy. Isn't it fun, Michelle? Yeah, it's fun to grow. Thank you, Donna's Crafts. Your name must be Donna. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much, you guys. It is so fun. It really is. All right, I got to kind of look at this a minute, you guys, and kind of eye up what we're doing here. He's just kind of taking a little nap underneath here. I almost didn't make the mushroom big enough, but I think it'll work. It's cute. Okay, and then for his little legs, oh, you know what? I'm going to put his little feet on him too. There's one leg. I will have to make more clay for his arms, unless I cover him up with a little blanket or something to where he didn't have arms. That would work, wouldn't it? Okay, this leg is going to go on right here. And this one is going to come across like it's leaning over. Okay. Okay, here he is so far. See, he's sleeping. He's sleeping up underneath that mushroom. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm going to mix some more white and make his little arms. He has to have arms. Sorry, I ran out of clay, guys. Hopefully I can get the colors the same. Thank you. Thank you, you guys. It is so fun to create, isn't it? Got about 10 minutes left. Thank you, Pam. Thanks, Don. All right, so let's mix this. Hopefully we get it the same. If not, maybe his little arms are lighter colored. I don't know. I think we can get it pretty darn close. Yeah. I get clay from several places. I get the clay that I'm using right now, the white clay right here is from Ribbon Branch Crafts with Tanya, and the black clay. So all of my clay tonight is from Ribbon Branch Crafts. The pink clay, however, is from Mariposa's Creations. All right, this is good for his little arms, you guys. I'm going to go for it. His little arms are just going to be folded across his chest because he's sound asleep. His arms are a lot smaller than his legs, so we'll just make them a little bit smaller. Okay, there's one little arm.
Mom,
What, honey?
are you still alive?
Yes, I am. For 8 more minutes. Hold on, bud. All right, guys. So there is what we have so far. All right. We have our little bunny sleeping underneath the mushroom. Okay. Now I need to go back in and give him some kind of little eyes. And I don't know yet what I'm going to do with his eyes, okay? I want time to think about it, you guys. So I'm not going to try to do his eyes because they're closed. So he just didn't get a sunflower tan on his arms if it doesn't match. Exactly, Pam. That's what I was thinking. No, it is pretty much the same color. It's good. It'll work just fine. He's cute. I like him. All right, now there's something else that I need to do with him, though. He needs a little, it could be a little girl bunny. I do want to put a little bow on their hair. And I do want to put red. I want red dots on that mushroom. So I'm going to stop with him. All right, guys. I'm not going to get it all completely done. Maybe. I got 7 more minutes. But I want to put some... thank you, Deb. How are you? I do want to put some red polka dots on this top of this mushroom. So let me... I'm trying to find a little baggie for this clay. I'm just going to stick it in here for now. It will be fine. It's just a different color than the black. But it'll work. Thanks, Ramona. I think it's cute. Thank you, Heidi. And Ramona. Thanks, guys. And Michelle. All right, guys. Let me grab a little piece of red. And we'll get some red dots on that mushroom real quick. And these little dots, I'm just going to make a little round circle with my plate. And we don't have to glue them or anything. It'll be wet clay on wet clay, and it'll work out great. Thank you, everyone. All right, so we're just going to cut little dots. It's easier to cut the clay sometimes than it is to pull it apart. For those of you that work with clay, you know exactly what I'm saying. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. All right, guys. I'm going to take my acrylic plate and roll me out some circles here. Thanks, Tammy. Thank you, Barbara. That heart is right there behind me. It turned out really nice, you guys. It'd be a very nice wreath attachment. Last one. Thanks, Margaret. All right, guys. We did it. We even have enough time to add a little bit of pink to his little feet. Hold on. Let me get just little teeny tiny balls of pink here. I think I have enough time. Right after me, you guys, is Lauren with Our Unique Touch. So everybody go over there and show her some love and follow her. This might be a little tricky. I'll get at least one little foot done to show you guys, okay? And then I'll go back and do the other one. They're really, really tiny little dots of clay. They're not wanting to stick either. Okay, so there's one little foot, and I will go back and do the other little foot too, okay? So there's our little bunny. There's our little mushroom. And he's just sleeping up underneath there. I hope you guys liked this. I hope that if you have an opportunity to buy a table runner that's the faux moss, go for it, you guys. For the price that I paid and for how nice this little craft looks, look at that. It looks like he's really laying in the grass under a mushroom. So, I mean, it has its downsides. My legs are itching and it looks like I shaved a leprechaun on my table. But that's okay. It's cute, so it's worth it, right? Anyway, I hope you all have a great Sunday. Thank you. Thanks, Pam. Thank you so much for being here tonight with me, you guys. I will be back on again tomorrow morning for a live sale at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I will be back for another live at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in 2 different groups. So if you guys get a chance, come out and join me tomorrow. And then... yeah, and have a great Super Bowl. I hope your team wins. If nothing else, you guys, enjoy all that yummy food, all right? I'll talk to y'all later. Let's go give Lauren some support at Our Unique Touch. Bye, guys.